Guys, Britta here. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2019 and our Rags2Riches John Deere series here at Mercury Farms. Here we are back after we set up our field over here to start doing some corn silage. Springing over our lime spreader so we can spread some lime, of course, and get it fully limed, and then we need to come back and fertilize it as well. So I think we need to go back one. There we go. Fill this up with lime. So we need to come back and fertilize as well, and then we could probably skip through the day nearly and hopefully come back and do some corn harvesting, silage harvesting the next day. Let's have a quick look. We're going to need to bring this guy over a little bit, I think. Far over are we? Let's go over one more. We'll just follow like the corn crop sort of line. So we jump in the center of the tractor, follow this line of corn all the way up, which will, without the lag, hopefully keep us on like the straight and narrow heading up the field. So we still do have our little John Deere tractor here, which we're going to keep for the time being, I guess, and probably look at purchasing one and expanding once we obviously get a little bit more cash in our account and that sort of thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hire a worker and let them go along and get that job done. This side needs lime, this side doesn't. Awesome. So I'll let him do that. Come back down here and we're going to need to look at now where we're going to put our silage. And possibly some storage as well. We want some like storage area down here, I think, for some equipment. Obviously the corn harvester or the forage harvester here and the seeder and that sort of stuff, we sort of want to put that down here somewhere. So let me come back into here. We'll look at our grass patches first. Put down our grass patches, try not to ruin any of the field that we've got down at the moment. It can't be placed here. Let's put it, let's go here, actually over one more because we think we missed a little bit then. Alright, so we get all these placed down. We're going to run up the side of each of the fields as well. Not that side, I guess, maybe this side. Yeah, we're going to need to run up that side. 16 by 16 is too big. An 8 by 8. It's going to be a little bit painful doing the 8 by 8s all the way up along here, because we're going to have to come back and obviously sell them all. But that's probably the best appropriate one we've got, which means we're not going to get rid of too much of the field otherwise. Right, so you can see our hired worker on his way back down with spreading some more lime. Probably will need to refill the lime spreader probably several times to get this field limed. Alright, there we go. Get this row done, and then we'll have to do the bigger ones again at the other end of the field up here to sort of fill this area out with grass again. Actually, I don't know. So do we need to do that? Because did we... Yeah, I think we did. We did retexture the grass, didn't we? Alright, so let's get these ones put in. Try not to obviously ruin the area too much, or the field too much, I guess. Right, there we go. Back to garage. Now we can go all the way to the end. Sell all these guys, and then we'll be able to sell the 8 by 8s as well, and that'll have the grass growing here again, so we can pick it up and use it as silage as well, if we need to. Alright, there we go. That's those big ones done at the other end, and we have to do the big ones at this end. And then also get rid of the tiny ones, which are going to be a bit of a pain. The 8x8s. It's going to take us a lot longer to get through. You can probably hear me mashing the enter button at the moment. Oh, there we go. A couple more to do down here. There we go. And then it'll be the 8x8s the whole way along, which is going to take a little bit longer. Then we're going to work out where we're going to put our silage. We'll probably put it down the bottom end of the field because we're so close to the animal area here, the animal sell point or buy point, I guess we can call it here, which is where they take silage in there. So we put the silage down the bottom, we won't have to travel anywhere near as far, whereas if we had it at the top of the field we'd have to travel a lot further. So that trailer actually seems to be doing pretty good with the lime. We might still have to fill it at least once, but it's getting a lot further than I thought it would. I mean, we're not even halfway through the field yet, but it's doing a pretty good job. Right, so a couple more to go. Maybe another 15 or 20, I guess, not a couple. Then we'll look at our bunker silo, where we want it to go, and whether we're going to go a large or a medium size or a small size. I think we're probably just going to go with one, sort of down in here somewhere. Miscellaneous. Got some lights. We're going to need some lights, I think. So if we go silos, got the standard ones from FS19, and we got some modded ones here. So this one, I mean, I like these ones, but they're nowhere near big enough for what we need. And this one, I think, really isn't going to be big enough either. I think we're going to have to go with the single large. There's some gunshots in the background again. Single large ones. Maybe even a double eventually, but we'll go with a single one at the moment, like that. Sort of just gives us what we need to sort of start with. There we go. I want to bring in dirt path. And I don't want to put too much sort of along the front here because it's going to obviously cause dramas with our harvester sort of coming up and down. But have a look at some of the sheds that they have. I think even these guys, is that going to be big enough for you to fit in? It is. They're pretty decent size shelters actually. It's a grey one. It's the standard one. Sheds with doors. Don't know how that door actually opens. Vehicle shed red. So I don't mind that either. Vehicle shed red. It's pretty good. White. Garage shed. It's more of for a car, I guess. Barn shed. Not so good. These other ones I'm not going to worry about. I really think one of these big guys would be a good one to put in and sort of run it right next door to that one. And then do we have enough room for... Oh, we do have enough room, but not enough money. We've got a garage shed. Put one of these guys in, but don't think that's really going to help us any. So Dumpy is finished working, he's empty. I knew it would only be a matter of time. So I'm hoping that this will sort of give us enough room to still be able to work in the field. Plenty of room for this guy to get in here. Look at that, beautiful. Right, so we'll go and fill him up and get Dumpy going again. Then we'll look at readjusting our entrance and exit. We spent quite a bit of money, 45 grand on that silage bunker. We've spent a fair bit of money on that shed as well, so hopefully in the long run it's going to be worthwhile. So as I said, we'll come in through here and into there. Sort of have a road coming along this way and back out, something like that. Just sort of fill that area in a little bit. So that costs quite a bit of money too, as you can see, to get that done, but we want it to sort of look the part. Now I think we've got a little bit of money left over, so I might put in some lights, because while I don't think we're going to be working a lot of a night time, there's no other houses around except for us, so there's no time constraints for us down this end of the map as far as being noisy and affecting like any locals or anything, so we should be okay with that. Let me have a look. No, it didn't miss anything. We'll go back into miscellaneous. I think I certainly want to go with like some floodlights. And where are we going to put them? I think we put them on the other side. Let's go there. We're on the other side there, sort of facing that way, and we'll go this end as well. Put another one if we can get the right spot. Sort of put one down here somewhere, which will hopefully, when they're all on, will help brighten the place up a little bit. Don't think we really need. Yeah, we might as well. Let's go with a light there, and one like right next to here as well. Just help to add to a bit of lighting in the area. Now, this area here, I'd like to purchase this area too. Cut these trees down and use that as maybe some more silage or something else. But for now, I think we're pretty good with what we need down here. Don't think we need anything else. Animal pens, large horse paddock, large cow pasture, horse stables. I think we're pretty good at the moment. We don't have any other tractors to help with fertilization at the moment. So what do we have here? We have a 6135M, which I think could possibly lease another one. What else do we have as far as equipment goes? 85 horsepower. Make sure 40 horsepower. 100 horsepower. Anything above 100 horsepower is pretty good. So I think if we go and lease another one. Don't think we did anything there, did we? Wheel setup, standard, wide, lease another one. We'll bring it back down. We might as well pick up. I don't even know why we have this thing. So I'll drop that back in the shop and sell that. I know why we have this. We need to use this to get rid of those stumps on the fences and stuff, so it's another job for another day. But we'll go back into here and we'll sell this back to the shop. Thank you very much. Gives a little bit of extra money back in our account. So we'll head back, drop this guy off, and then we'll pick up fertilizer spreader and we'll start fertilizing as well. Try and kill two birds with one stone and get us through to that next stage where we can start harvesting our corn. Don't know if we'll get any corn harvesting done today. It might be the next episode, but plenty of preparation going into getting it all set up ready to start making some silage and hopefully making some good cash. Thinking with the field as well, we're not going to have to plant it, harvest it and plant it every single day. It'll probably just be a every now and then sort of planting and harvesting, because of the fact that we're going to have that much silage straight away. It's going to take us a fair while to be able to sell it all, so I think planting every day and harvesting that same stuff every day is going to get quite boring for you guys and also quite repetitive, so we'll try not to have to do it too often, but that's where we're going to go to. And then I think I'd like to buy, as I said, this field here, 234,000. I'd really like to buy that, cut all those trees down and turn that into like another massive field, whether it be a grass field or another crop or something like that. But having that as a massive field would be good. Even, was it 3, 4, 5? Yeah, we could do one big one where we join 3 of the little fields together, and then like another small one on the side, I guess. I don't know, we'll work it out. How are we going with the chickens? Chickens are still doing really well. Where are we going to put this? Might just stick this in between here. Jump out quickly and we'll sort out our eggs. Still haven't got a pallet full yet, but we're getting there slowly. Alright, so we're going to have to fill this up with a bit more fertilizer too. It's not full enough. Fill this bad boy up and then we'll head down and start working on the field alongside. Is Dumpy back? No, Elizabeth is back there at the moment. So we'll head back there and start working on it alongside Elizabeth. I'd say she's going to have to be filled up again pretty soon. That really doesn't look out of place to me. That sort of looks how it should. It's quite interesting. Obviously, once we put these fields in here, we've got a lot more storage space down the end here, so won't have to stress too much about storage space for our equipment and that sort of stuff. Right, so let me try and set ourselves up in the right spot. Set ourselves up at 0 or 360 or whatever, like that. Just let it go. Should be good. We should be able to get this whole field fertilized without having to come back and well, without having to refill it. I think it should be pretty good. So getting it done very, very slowly, but should be pretty good. Once it's all done, we're going to be hopefully bringing in a great deal of cash. There we go. Elizabeth stopped working, so we'll get this run done and we'll turn around and head back down. I might even hit hide worker to get the worker going while we're sorting out the lime. go, set it up so we're at least on the right path. Jump back into this tractor. So I don't know how far we need to let the corn grow before we can harvest it. I don't think it has to be fully grown. Where the info thing. Silage, no chaff. There we go. See, that's not fully grown yet. Neither is that. So I think when we get to like the final stage of growth, the really dark spot is when we can actually come back and get that done. Right, so down here I want to get something where we can actually clean our equipment as well. So that's probably another essential. So let's look at that now while we're here. The Karcher pressure washer. How about we stick it sort of here somewhere, sort of out of the way, but still there. What about fuel? Do we have a water tank there? No fuel? No, no fuel bowser there, and I don't think there's one in here either. No. We can find another one, but just a little bit there, that's not too bad. So Emma's heading back up to get that last run done. Pretty steady speed they do. Don't go too quick, which is good to see. Right, so we'll line ourselves up again. Hire worker. See if I can't zoom ourselves in a little bit. Try and get a half decent screenshot. There we go. Zoom back out. Try not to get run over or sprayed with olive or lime. Would be nice. Right, there we go. We can unhire you and we can continue on with the fertilizing. We don't have to get the hire worker to do all of it. We can get it done at the same time. Alright, there we go. So we're not far off being ready to let it grow through the night and come back and turn it into silage tomorrow, I think. Quickly check out our timer. Yeah, we've only got less than 10 minutes to go before we hit the half-an-hour mark. So once this is fertilized and limed, it should be yep, fully fertilized, limed, ready to go. Hopefully we won't get any weeds overnight. We possibly will. We probably will. But no doubt we will. We might have to look at getting another way of spraying for weeds, I think, because the only thing we have at the moment, I think, is the Gerenk puller, 2 meters wide, not wide enough. So we really need to go with some crop protection. So I've got the hook lift sprayer here, 168,000, which will fit on the back of the Western Star day cab hook lift, as you can see. I'd like to get that for the feed or for our farm. That way we'll be able to spray, fertilize, and also weed with the big truck and the big sprayer. Quite expensive, I know, but once we get into the silage side of things, money won't be that big an issue anymore, I guess. We're going to be making lots and lots of cash, I hope. So I really hope you guys have still been enjoying this series. I know I've been enjoying playing it. Our other series, it's New Woodshire, our American series with our case tractors, is going really well as well. In that series we're going to be focusing heavily on cotton, doing a lot of cotton stuff. This series will be silage and cows, and maybe even the other series will eventually look at moving over to cattle as well. doing a bit of dairy stuff and that sort of thing. I'd like to be able to do like pigs, do a piggery and that sort of stuff, but you don't really make much money out of the pigs, honestly. When you buy the pig, it costs you a little bit, you feed them, and then they eventually have more pigs, have baby piggies, and then we sell them back as fully grown pigs to the animal shop, which that's how you make your money. Whereas the cows, we have the byproduct of milk, which is where we make our money, but the pigs, the only thing we're making money off is sort of the meat or the pork. So until we're sort of like another byproduct from the pigs, which, I mean, even in real life there really isn't. The only thing that you make pigs for is for meat. So what's going on there? Jacko's finished his task. Okay, stop you for a second. Don't think you finished, Jacko. Is it because we... okay, we might have to finish that off ourselves. You do that for now, and then we'll jump in this guy. And we'll finish the lime spreading, I guess, because now that we've fertilised that second stage, it doesn't want to spread the lime again, which is kind of weird. But it is working, so I don't know what the problem was then. Bring up our map here to make sure we're heading 0 degrees. Back the other way, we'll be heading 180. That'll line us up and make sure we're on the right path. Head back down the field. So righto guys, we might end the episode here. We're just got to get this finished and then we'll be done, so not much left. No point in raving on. It's going to be another short episode, which is good. I know you guys, some of you guys enjoy the longer ones, some of you guys enjoy the shorter ones, but with having a look at the average view time on the videos, I think the shorter ones are probably the way to go. That's why I've sort of been trying to limit to about half an hour, but still been quite successful this series and the other series, so thank you to everyone who's been watching, leaving a like, and also commenting away and that sort of stuff. I really appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed this one, hit the like button. Let's try and get us up to 50 likes on this. That'll be pretty awesome if we can. If you have any suggestions or anything, leave a comment. I do read every single comment and try to reply to most of them. Some of them I don't really have, or don't really need to reply to. I just give you a love heart and a like or whatever. But feel free to comment. If you're new to the channel and haven't subscribed yet, guys, consider subscribing. Consider hitting the bell so you don't miss an episode. It's been Brito. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.